So it dawns on me that I can't open up my trailer because of this never-ending sub-freezing temperatures, but what I can do is show you guys some good food. So I figure while we're all waiting for this trailer to open up, why don't I bring you into the kitchen and I'll just show you some stuff that I typically just like to make. These aren't going to be things on the menu, but they're going to be delicious, so if I can't feed you, at least I can show you how to make something delicious for yourself. So let's get into it. We start by putting a steak in sous vide, which means under vacuum. It's French. It lets you target the exact internal temperature that you want. Here I'm going to go 135. That's medium rare. I'm going to leave that for about 3 hours. Next, you're going to add some almonds to a food processor. This is an arugula pesto. So you go garlic, almonds. I like arugula pesto because it's so much cheaper than using basil, but you'll shove a bunch of arugula in here. And sometimes you got to add more than one. But once you get that in, we're going to do some zest from a lemon. And after we've got a pretty good amount of zest in there, we're also going to cut that in half and we're going to squeeze about half the lemon into that to get some acid into this. And from here, really, you just need to find like the best Parmesan that you can find, and you're going to put a big handful of Parmesan on top of all this, and then basically you're done. You're going to give this a blend to get everything kind of mixed together, and after that, then you will add oil. So I use olive oil, I've used avocado oil, whatever oil you like, but the oil is what makes all of this really come together and form that pesto, and I promise, it's delicious. So an arugula pesto is way cheaper than a basil pesto, and it's a lot easier to find. You could just get the bag from Walmart that you like. Once that's all done, you're ready to go. So we'll blend it all up and you'll end up with this beautiful, rich, creamy pesto. So from here, you're just going to take that and set that into a bowl and wait. Pro tip, if you want it to stay a little bit greener, you could throw a couple of ice cubes in when you do this. The heat from the blades actually chopping through will make it get a little bit darker. Not going to lie, I was lazy. I did not put an ice cube in here. So this is what you get when you don't do that. Next up, we need to boil some water. So we'll throw some salt into a pot and we're going to turn that on high heat. And then we're going to add in whatever pasta you want. You can use spaghetti. You can use any kind of pasta that you like. You look here, this is what I was using. I'm using an egg pasta. There's my Parmesan and there's the arugula that I was using. From here, that steak's been in the sous vide for about 3 hours now. I'm going to pull that out. The beauty of this is that it is already perfectly cooked to medium rare. So all I'm doing here is I'm drying off the steak because I want to give this a hard sear at the end. And so this is the last chance that you have to add some additional seasonings to it if you want. And so all I'm going to do is throw a good amount of salt and pepper on this. And I'm just going to let it sit for about 5 minutes just to soak up all of that salt. And you can see you end up with just this very nice ribeye. This is ready to go. So from here, we need to get out our trusty cast iron pan, throw a knob of butter in there, melt that down. I like to smash a couple of cloves of garlic, and then I throw those in there too, just to get like that garlic butter flavor happening. And then when you're finally piping hot and ready to go, throw that baby in there, and we're going to give it a good sear on both sides. And that's it. That's your steak. So once we get to that point, you're going to then need to get a pan, but I just wipe out my cast iron pan for this one. That way it's ready to go, and I'm going to take that pasta that is now cooked, and I'm going to add that into that pan that is still hot. Once you get all the pasta in there, the next thing you do is you are going to add that beautiful arugula pesto to this. And you're just going to give this a good toss. And if you notice, I put a little bit of the pasta water in there, so I wasn't super like, oh, I have to drain all of this pasta completely, because that water actually helps this come together a little bit more. So don't be afraid to have a little extra pasta water in here. And once you get all of that good and mixed, then we are going to add a generous amount of more of that Parmesan just to make this cheesy and herby and just delicious. And honestly, folks, once you get to this point, you're pretty much done. Your steak, while this whole process is happening, is over there resting. It's very important to rest a steak, or really any protein that you cook. But while that is resting, all of those juices that came out will actually start to reabsorb into that meat. And that's what gives you that nice, juicy steak. So from there, we're going to cut into it, and you will see that this is just beautifully cooked, because that sous vide is almost like the perfect cheat code. You can just say, hey, this is the exact temperature that I want to the decimal point, and that's what it is. Finally, we'll plate up that pasta,
We'll put some of that steak on there and we'll top it with a little bit more Parmesan. And this is a steak and pesto pasta for dinner, y'all. I hope you enjoy. Can't wait to serve you.